Morning team and happy weekend. We are so close to the Christmas break now. I personally cannot wait. It'll be great. I just kind of feel like not thinking for a little while, you know? Sometimes you just need to switch off, and I haven't had that in some time. Today has been a little disjointed. I am very fully in Christmas planning. You'll see that later on. The Christmas rush has well and truly begun. So I went to Lidl, or is it Aldi? I went to one of those before work today at it opens at 7, so I was there before 8. And the car park was already full. And if you know me, or if you don't, you'll get to know me. But I really hate the Christmas shopping rush in supermarkets. It just feels ruthless and kind of reminds me of the COVID feeling of maybe anxiety and maybe sort of on edge. I think it's on edge. People are all basically rushing. A lot of people, I think, thrive on doing things last minute. I'm not that person. And so, yeah, I don't mix well with that. But yeah, Lidl today was very busy. However, it was a success despite that because I got all my Christmas wines, and I had already pre-ordered some like a Christmas shop from Sainsbury's. Lidl is basically much cheaper, and what I did was basically get all the wines that I would have received from the Sainsbury's order from Lidl instead, and changed my order before it arrives on Monday because it's much cheaper that way. So that's some advice for you if you live in the UK. This week has been a busy one, but not food related, unfortunately. I mean, surprisingly, I'm still managing to fill this up with stuff, but I don't have any at-home cooking to show you. In fact, it's been pretty shameful because I've had 3 work events this week, and that has basically meant either a crisp dinner, so having nibbles like crisps and cheese for dinner, or having that as a snack and then leaving the event quite late, coming home and being like, oh, well, I need to eat something. So then I'll have, I don't know, leftover cauliflower cheese or leftover miso and honey roasted parsnips, both of which you can find the recipes for, shameless plug, both of which you can find the recipes for on my YouTube shorts and my Instagram reels. So yeah, I've had a lot of meals and dinners this week that don't make a lot of sense, but they have done the job and kept me full and kept me going. I don't usually live like that. It's just the weird Christmas period. However, I do have loads of Christmas planning coming up. As I say, there's a couple of shorts that you can go and watch. The recipe testing for the cauliflower cheese went very well. I actually made it with a whole chunk of Boursin truffle, and it was great. So there was the Boursin truffle, there was cheddar, like a vintage cheddar, extra mature cheddar, and then I also put in some pecorino at the end as well. Wow, delicious. Very much recommend. Also, you'll see in the footage, I went to a really delightful deli in Borough Market, or near enough Borough Market. It's actually on Borough High Street, and it was so great. It's this Italian deli that has everything. So it's got baked goods, it's got loads of panettones, or panettones? I think it's panettone, yeah. It has got a deli counter with humongous lasagna pieces that I really need to try next time I go. And it's got loads of cheeses, like a huge counter of cheese, of charcuterie, it's got like a bread stand. Oh, it is so good, and you'll see some more coming up. But one of my followers and my best friend suggested that I basically go to a deli, do a little mini haul, and then rate the products. So, I can only do what I can do. It's a tough ask. I took that task seriously, as you will see. If you're in the area, would recommend. And it wasn't hugely expensive. Delis can be very expensive. I spoke about this in the last episode too. This was all right. It was okay. Did I go in thinking I would spend 31 pounds on lunch and some snacks? No, that wasn't on my bingo card for the day, but actually, funnily enough, I had to, when my colleague and I were in the deli, I had to actually transfer money into my card while at the till. I had money there, but it's just transferring. Luckily, it wasn't busy, which was surprising because it was peak lunchtime. Highly recommend. I also have my birthday this coming week. Yeah, I'm still a birthday person. I still am. I just enjoy it, and I don't mind that it's so close to Christmas, although I know that it's probably a pain in the ass for people, and the longer I've been an adult with an income, I've realized just how annoying it probably is for people. So, sorry everyone. But yeah, there will be plenty of food coming up for that and the entire week, because obviously this week coming includes my birthday, but also Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, so loads of content there. So thank you for joining this one. Make sure you tune in to the next one as well, because that will be the Christmas bonanza. Loads of prep, loads of stuff to do. See you on the other side.
It's your yes. You're just always having like 2-minute conversation.
Time calls for big power. Reach for quite overwhelmed with admin as well. I think that's what it comes down to.
I want to make sure I really like it. You're like, I'm really not sure on this decision.
I try to say it's quite long.
Amazing. But we usually animate. That looks nice. What did you get to? I forgot in Leamington TV.
Fencing.
We're going for Christmas dinner. My friend Claire's.
I thought you meant pub, but that's even better.
No.
Well, definitely.
You want me to hold the camera? Or?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
When do I even know?
Do you reckon this one's just the same?
Just a slathering of pistache.
This is your test, your like test run for a new career in food presenting.
It's for my food vlog. Thank you so much.
Sorry?
Yes, save it.
Hello team. A midweek slash latter end of the week update. I've just come home from work and a Christmas do where we made baubles. It was really cute, very wholesome. But I've come home to a box which I saw was delivered earlier. So I'm gonna claim this as my first unboxing. So yeah, I'm excited. I think I know what it is. A plant of sorts, but yeah, I'll film myself unboxing, I guess. Should also add, it is my birthday on Monday. I'm excited. I do still love birthdays. It's in being, you know, feeling special. So I can't deny it. Actual influencers make it look smoother, I know. This looks exciting. Okay, full disclosure, I have killed one of these before. I hope that my friend doesn't watch this and think that this will have the same fate. Because, you know, times change. I'm a better plant parent now than I was a few years back when I had this. I do remember it being a very dramatic plant. From one day to the next, it looks droopy. The next day, if you water it or do the right thing, or like it has enough exposure to sunlight, it looks super happy. Currently it looks happy, but I wouldn't expect any different seeing as it's new. Let's hope I can keep this one alive. Here it is. Very dramatic plant, but beautiful. Hello everyone. I'm just sat down to write the Christmas menu, and I don't know why, but I know why, but it's daunting writing the sort of prep list and sort of timings of each ingredient on the Christmas menu. But for now, I've started with the easier task of just writing down everything I'm planning on cooking. Because also I'm thinking, if I don't do that, will I forget some of the elements on the day and forget to bring them out? That would be super annoying, but hopefully it would be the less important ones, like braised cabbage. Do I really care about that? No, but I feel like my friends will. And nice to have a vegetable, I guess, but it's gonna be steeped in wine anyway, and sugar, so I'm not really sure that counts. Anyway, so at the moment I've written down slow roasted lamb. I've written down turkey breast. I'm picking those up from the butcher's on Monday, which is also my birthday. And then next up I have roast potatoes. I have cauliflower cheese. I'm basically writing these down in order of preference because roast potatoes and cauliflower cheese are two of my faves. I also feel like cauliflower cheese should be present at most roasts. That's how I feel. Anyway, and apologies for this terrible angle, people. I need to be sat down while I'm doing this. Besides cauliflower cheese, we've got Brussels sprouts with bacon, chestnuts, and pecan nuts. We've also got the miso and honey roasted parsnips. That reminds me, I need to add honey onto my shopping list. I've amended it about like 5 times. Miso and honey roasted parsnips. Then we've got orange and honey glazed carrots. We've got cranberry sauce. Again, don't care for it, don't care about it, but I want to include it for the sake of my friends. They love traditions. I do think that the UK generally loves a tradition, so I'm just sticking with it. These are things I actually have to do stuff for, by the way. I obviously have like mint sauce as well, but that's gonna be ready-made. Aside from that, just on the sauce wavelength, we've got the turkey gravy. Bit of a dilemma because obviously I'm cooking turkey and lamb, but yeah, I'm kind of gonna do like a mishmash of a gravy. Yeah, the Yorkshire puddings are actually ready-made as well. I can't be bothered with doing that on the day, people. So Yorkshire pudding's ready-made, but will just need to be put in the oven kind of as a last step. What else am I missing? There's definitely something else. Oh, braised cabbage. Red wine braised cabbage, which I'll be doing in the slow cooker. That's another thing as well. I have to think about where things will be stored and what dishes I'm gonna dish the things out in, just to make sure that I have enough stuff. The other day I also bought a new serving spoon because I was like, I'm gonna run out of tablespoons, which I'll probably be using during the cooking process anyway and tasting things and whatnot. These are definitely not major problems. What else am I missing? I do have Cavolo Nero, but I just feel like I'll add it to the list. It's coming in the shop on Monday, but I'm not sure I'm gonna use it on the day. But it's kind of like a nice to have. But I think with everything else, we should be more than okay. I think that is everything. All right, menu here. And also this is all handwritten because I just, like a lot of people, I just find it so much more satisfying crossing things off a written list than I do a digital list. Even though I have plenty of digital lists on my phone as well, I'm listed out, people. But yeah, so next up I will do my timings of sorts. So watch this space. Me again, I'm also adding mulled wine onto the list because while that's not an edible item, it will still require cooking on the hob, so taking up space and taking up a valuable pot. Obviously, I'll be washing up as I go along, but I need to factor that into timings as well. Especially because I'm planning to do the majority of the prep on Christmas Eve. And so, yeah, and kind of want to keep it to like minimal prep and minimal stuff happening on actual Christmas Day. I'll follow up with the timings shortly. Okay, it's time to stop putting off the timings of things. So I'm gonna start with Christmas Eve. I won't be too prescriptive in terms of when on Christmas Eve. I like to get things done in the morning more so than the afternoon, but we'll see how we feel. So I think the first thing on Christmas Eve will be to brine the turkey. The turkey breasts are, I called the butchers the other day. This is how sad I am. I called them just to make sure that the skin is still on and intact on the turkey breast roast, because I just want to make sure that I can, without the skin, it'll be hard to like seal in the moisture. You probably still could with, depending on how you keep it in the oven, you know, keeping foil on top, whatnot, but yeah. Glad the skin will be there. I think I'm gonna then parboil my potatoes, parboiling cauliflower for the cauliflower cheese. I could also make the cheese sauce actually right after that, and then just cover the cauliflower in the cheese sauce, put it in the fridge, obviously after it like cools down, and then just shove it in the oven the next day. And then parboil carrots. I probably could add because I'm making orange and honey glazed carrots, I could add the orange and honey from the day before. And then I'm also gonna parboil the parsnips. I'm gonna do the miso the next day for that, because it's good for the miso and the honey to be, and the oil to be hot when you put the parsnips in and blend them together. So yeah, just a lot of parboiling. What else can I start? Right, decided to change up the angle as it was getting way too sunny over there. So where I left you last was parboiling parsnips. So exciting, right? I will also start in the evening on a very slow cook temperature. I'll start the braised cabbage because I really don't want to be dealing with that the next day. Braised cabbage. And I should say it's braised red cabbage. So it goes nicely with brown sugar and red wine. I'll also be adding ginger to that as well. In the evening, what else? I should make the butter prepare the butter that's gonna go in under the turkey skin. Not sure about the Brussels sprouts. I think there's gonna be parboiling action. boil Brussels sprouts. I also am making, in addition to bread stuffing rolls, so the kind of like ready-made ones that you can get at any supermarket in the lead up to Christmas. So I'm making this sort of bread stuffing that my friend Charlie really loves, but I'll also be making a beef stuffing as well, because, you know, I don't have enough to do. I think I'll actually start that on Christmas Day really early. I hope that's not a mistake. Let's hope not. Right, I think that's Christmas Eve done. I might be like changing things around, obviously. So on Christmas Day, first thing to go in around, I'd say even 6 a.m. would be the lamb. Turkey I need to think about turkey timings actually, because I'm not gonna lie, I haven't made a full roast of turkey before. So I'm gonna check that and come back to you. And then, to be honest, I'll be checking on the braised red cabbage. I will be, stuff like gravy is quite obviously important, and that can surprise you when it creeps up. So I think the gravy, I know that I can start some of it the day before. So actually, I'll do that. Start the gravy. Because I think I'll do it with sort of garlic cloves, vegetables, herbs, mush it up, and then add the juices of the meats the day after. So I can start some of that the day before. Gravy, I think I'll be having on the hob. It's really hard to know when to start heating it. So let me circle back on that one. So lamb goes first. That takes about 7 hours. So yeah, the earlier the better. Turkey will be less time. It is a 1.5 to 2 kilogram. If I'm not mistaken, I think that should be 3 hours, but I'll just double check that. Hopefully I'm not way off. Yeah. We need to put the carrots and parsnips in around the same time. But before that, we've got the potatoes, which after the parboiling the day before should take about 25, half an hour, something like that. So the main bulk is the meat stuff very early in the morning, well, lamb especially, and then the potatoes will be later on, maybe around 11:30, depending on when people are going to be coming over, because I haven't confirmed with them yet. It's kind of difficult to know. All households have a different Christmas mealtime. I would rather kind of do it definitely earlier on in the afternoon rather than like never evening, because obviously you need enough time to be grazing. So you need to factor in grazing time. Carrots and parsnips. Okay, let's say for instance they come over for 1:30. We will be chatting, having some mulled wine, snacking. I'll have some very small nibbles like Parmesan shards and nocellara. Is that how you pronounce it? The green, like juicy olives, and the Brett crisps, which I haven't tried yet. So say they come over for 1:30, have some starters, mulled wine. Really things need to be ready for 2 p.m. So I think the lamb, that's still good for that, because that could take even longer than 7 hours to be fully tender and like coming off the bone. So yeah, let's push things back slightly. So 12:30. I also don't have the most oven space, but I did just get an air fryer, so that could help in some of this as well. So let's still say 11:30 for potatoes, 12 o'clock for carrots and parsnips. It's not. Oh my god, is it?
Yeah, I guess it's like a wet sauce. It does say it's like in a...
Yeah.
Sorry. I'd actually rather this, I think.
Honey, here comes.
Thank you so much. Thank you.